What's good, y'all? It's your boy Matt, your favorite CEO, fitness model, and content creator. Listen, man, your friends are keeping you small. The circle that you have, the people that you spend your most time around, these individuals are keeping you small. So it's time to start cutting certain people off. The guys that you grew up with aren't necessarily the guys that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. They're not. You know what I'm saying? My dean in my old high school told me that the people that you start with your freshman year might not be your friends senior year. And I thought he was Chad, but he was dead serious. My senior year came, it's a lot of people that I used to hang out with in middle school I don't talk to no more. Even to this day in 2025, I graduated 5 years ago. I don't talk to those individuals. Those individuals is not in my circle because those individuals are not in energetic alignment with me. They're not on the same frequency as me. They're on a low vibe. They're in a different path. I have nothing against them. I want nothing but the best for them. And I'm never ever going to talk bad on them, but they have habits that are not in alignment with my best self. That's why I have a very, very small circle. And that's why a lot of the guys that I spent most of my time with in middle school are not my friends because we live completely different lifestyles. Doesn't mean I'm not cool with you, but I can't be buddy with you. I can't be hanging around you 24/7 because if you hang around someone long enough, you start developing their habits. You start talking like them. You start developing their language. You start speaking like yourself, speaking like that person to yourself. So if you hear that individual that's quote unquote your friend speaking negatively in terms of finances, in terms of mindset, in terms of their life, they don't want to live a bigger and better reality. They don't have a vision in their mind to create something more rather than just being mediocre and being content with what they have. You're going to start talking, thinking, and acting like these people. So you got to get around other individuals that are leveling up, other individuals that are exactly where you want to be, other individuals who are striving for more in life. Shout out to my cousin Tazi. Shout out to my best friend John and my best friend Michael. And other individuals, right? But that's my circle. Those are my guys because they leveling up. They making it happen. We don't always speak every day. I see my cousin Tazi every day, but my best friends, I don't see them every day. But they leveling up. They working on themselves. And when we get back together, it's like we saw each other last week. You know what I mean? We could go months without seeing each other, but when we come back, we got new stories to tell. Yo, I'm doing this, bro. I'm doing that. You know what I mean? There's always high vibes when I get around my G's, my brothers. But I have that group of people because those guys hold me accountable. We have a group chat together where we hold each other accountable. We make jokes and we call each other from time to time, but we hold each other accountable because each and every one of us are leveling up. And you need to understand that the people that you surround yourself with the most, the people you hang out with the most, especially when it comes to your friend group, these individuals are either going to make you better and help to expand and better your life, or they're going to keep you small. They're going to keep you a small thinker, right? They're going to continue to keep you in that small box where you live this small, mediocre lifestyle. If that's not what you want, you have to stay away from those people, right? Put them on a text basis. Nah, I can't talk to you right now. I'm busy. I'm working on my goals. I'm working on my vision. I'm hanging around different individuals that want more out of life. I'm telling you, it might hurt at first that you have to cut certain people off that you spent most of your time growing up and getting to know and spending time with their families, hanging out, going to smoking with, drinking with, going to barbecues. It might hurt at first cutting this individual off, but you have to, because your growth, the future people that are going to be born in the future, your kids, your grandkids, these people are depending on you. Your spouse, these individuals are dependent on you to become your best. So you don't have no time to be spending time with these low vibrational individuals when all they focus on is partying, sex, drugs, alcohol. That's not your focus right now. Right now, your focus should be leveling up, investing your money, right? Learning how to, diversify your streams of income. Learning how to increase your net worth. Learning how to work out, how to eat healthy, how to connect more with God, how to become a better version of yourself overall in every aspect of your life. That should be your focus right now, right? If you're clubbing and partying every weekend and you're spending more time in the club than you are reading books, that's going to improve your craft. That's going to improve your mindset. What are you doing, right? You know more about TV shows and all these characters in these TV shows and about these celebrities than you know about yourself. You know what I mean? So your priorities are messed up. But when you surround yourself with other individuals, other friends, when that's their main focus, that's going to become your focus. That's why from time to time, you got to detox from people. You got to spend time by yourself alone in solitude so you can get to know who you are and spend more time around other individuals that are leveling up. And that's not bullshitting, right? You can have those group of individuals okay, those are my friends that I party with, but these are not the friends that I do business with. These are not the friends that I talk health and wellness with, because they're not on that type of timing. They're not going to get it. They're going to laugh at me. They're going to think I'm weird. And that happened to me. There's a lot of dudes that I went to high school with. I was talking about different things that they thought they called me weird. You weird. You ain't, you ain't sleeping around. You ain't sleeping with all these chicks. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. That's not how I roll. That's not me. Oh, you're not playing video games. You're not smoking. You're not drinking. You whack. You boring. I'll be boring. I'm boring and rich. Boring and successful. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, their opinions don't matter, but I can't spend so much time with these individuals because I will become them. Same thing with you. You spend your time around a lot of individuals that are partying, drinking, smoking, right? And doing things that are not in alignment with your best self. You're going to become these individuals. You're going to develop their habits, their rituals, their mindset, their lifestyle. You're going to start developing their language. You're going to start talking like them, acting like them. Then you find yourself doing dumb shit all the time. Then you putting yourself in certain situations where now you're losing opportunities because you're hanging around bum ass niggas, bum ass females. So you need to pay attention to who you're hanging around. Your friend group is very, very important. Your circle is very, very important because your circle dictates who you are. Look at somebody's circle. You could tell what type of individual they are. Who are the 5 people that you hang around the most? Show me them. Oh, okay. This individual is smoking. This individual is drinking all the time. All 5 of them are partying, clubbing, being promiscuous. So I know what type of individual you are. Because if you spend most of your time around them, then you move like them. And if you don't move like them right now, you eventually will, because their habits, their rituals, their lifestyle, their mindset, the way that they act is going to rub off on you. It's going to become your energy. It's going to become your frequency, your vibration. And that is not a frequency that you want to be on. You want to become successful. You got to start moving like successful people. You got to start thinking like them. You got to start acting like them. You got to start developing those habits. And how do you do that? You get around those type of individuals. Get you a mentor, someone that can guide you in the right direction to help you and propel you in the right direction to do what you want to do. I have 2 mentors, and I've been able to network, right, with different individuals because of that mentor. And I've been able to have access to certain opportunities I wouldn't have had access to had I not invested into that mentor. Now I have a network of, individuals that are my age making more money than me, making 50K a month, 100K a month, 30K a month, doing exactly what I want to do. And they teaching me the game, and I'm doing it now. You get what I'm saying? So you need to get around like-minded individuals. You need to get around people who are more successful than you, people who are doing better than you, people who are not bullshitting. Because if you keep hanging around small-minded people, small thinking people, people with terrible habits, you're going to become them. And your friend group, your friends are keeping you small. You might not realize it. It might be something you don't want to admit to, something you don't want to accept. It might be a hard pill that you have to swallow, but your friend group is keeping you small. Because your friend group, they're a bunch of bums. They're a bunch of sucker ass niggas. They don't want to level up. They don't want to go grind. They don't want to go to the gym. They fucking lazy. They just want to watch TV, play video games, drink, have sex with all these chicks. That's their main focus. That's what they do 24/7. Now, I'm not saying in moderation you can't indulge in these things, because you're a human being. Same way, once a week I have a cheat meal. I indulge in the fast food once a week though. I'm a human being. I used to eat that shit every day, but that's not my lifestyle. So I do it once a week. I'm human, right? Here and there, maybe I play video games, but very rarely I don't touch the game because there ain't no good games out, right? But for the most part, I'm not indulging in these things because these things are not in energetic alignment with my best self. These things are not on a frequency of the highest version of me. So I'm not doing those things. And if your friends are not on that frequency, you have to cut them off, because they're going to bring you what? Down. They're going to make you what? Smaller. So while your friends are this small and they're bringing you smaller, smaller, and smaller, you got to become bigger. You got to become better. And you can't become bigger and better. You can't elevate and evolve by hanging around these small-minded people. You have to get around big thinkers. You have to get around people who are leveling up. You have to get around people who are doing better than you. And it might make you uncomfortable at first getting around other individuals that are your age or even younger than you, making more money than you. Like, damn, bro, I'm making 3K a month, this bum-ass job. Why, there's a dude 2 years younger than me, 21 years young, making $500,000 a month. How? It might make you uncomfortable, but rather than being jealous and being envious of this individual, ask them, how do they do it? And what am I doing right now that I need to cut out? And what type of people am I hanging around that I need to cut off so I can level up and not become that individual, but level up so I can elevate my lifestyle? That's what you have to do. A lot of you, you see people doing better than you. You want to hate on them. You want to get jealous. You want to get envious rather than looking at that person as inspiration and learning, how can I become better? This individual is younger than me, doing much better than me in life. So what can I learn from this individual so I can improve? Rather than being envious and being jealous and being pessimistic and negative. Oh my God, he's a scammer. He's a scammer. Not every person that's successful is a scammer. You need to get out of that broke ass mindset. You need to shift your consciousness and stop thinking that every successful person that you see is a scammer or a drug dealer. Oh yeah, he has a Lamborghini, he's 21, so he's a drug dealer. No, that's a slave mentality right there. You think that just because that individual is 21 and you don't know people at 21 personally that owns those type of vehicles, that it's impossible. So you immediately, associate that individual with doing something negative, something low vibrational, like being a drug dealer or being a scammer. No. That individual was grinding. They was going through shit since they were 17, 18 years old that you didn't see. And they were able 4 or 5 years later to level up to where now they're 21 and they make millions of dollars a year. It's not impossible. You can do it too. It's never too late. You know what I mean? There's a guy, his name is Vincent Fisker. He's one of my mentors. He's 21, 22 years old. He's a year, 2 years younger than me. He makes $500,000 a month. Probably a little bit more than that. He makes over probably $6-10 million a year. At 21. But am I looking at him from a place of negativity? No. Shout out to my homeboy Ulysses. My homeboy Ulysses, he makes over 50 grand a month. I met him on my mentorship group with my mentor Jeff Logan. I was able to network with him and connect with him because of Jeff. And he put me on game to something that's changing my life right now as we speak. But he's making 50, 60, 70 grand a month. And he's the same age as me. So now he's put me on game and teaching me how to do it so I can level up. And I am. And I'm blessed and grateful to have this opportunity. But this is my circle now. You get what I'm saying? As opposed to back then, I was hanging around niggas that was smoking all the time, drinking all the time, clubbing and doing all this shit. And that's why I stayed at a low vibe. And that's why right now I'm in a much better place now than I was 3-4 years ago, because I'm hanging around different people. I have a different circle. I'm not hanging around the same bum ass niggas that was focused on that BS. I'm hanging around people and I'm spending my time around people. I'm conversing with people who are leveling up, and you have to do the same. Your friend group is keeping you small, so get around new people and cut off those old friends. It might hurt because you love them, but at the same time, your future kids is dependent on you. Your grandkids is dependent on you. They might not exist yet, or if they do, they're still dependent on you. But if you have kids and grandkids that don't exist yet, that are nowhere near conceived, these individuals are dependent on you. Whether you want to admit to it or not, they are dependent on you. The future version of you, it's either going to be successful and be in a position where you can take care of them, take care of your parents, or that future version of you is going to be a bum, mediocre, comfortable, working a regular job, not being able to pay his rent, not being able to take his girl on a date, not being able to pay for his kids' tuition. I'm not moving like that, ever. You know what I mean? So level up, change your friend group, stop hanging around the small-minded friends, cut them off, and start hanging around big thinkers. Start hanging around people who are leveling up, people who will hold you accountable so you can get on your shit rather than being on some BS. Your boy, Matt Rodriguez. Like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all. Next to the banger, baby.